Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and today we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. This is a little unorthodox, I know. MMO Let's Plays are not unheard of, but they're fairly uncommon, I think. Usually that's just reserved for streams. But some time ago, as you're probably aware, I did a series of Let's Plays for every major game in the Final Fantasy series. So that was all the main numbered games aside from 11 and 14, and then Mystic Quest and the few tactic games. And I skipped over 11, 14 because I thought, well, they're MMOs, they're not really Final Fantasy games. It would be ridiculous to do them. So, whatever. I still stand by that for 11, just because I don't think that's really just an MMO. I mean, I'm not, whatever. But 14, whenever people bring it up online, I see it, they say that Final Fantasy XIV, in their opinion, has the best story of any Final Fantasy game. Like it is a Final Fantasy game. You know, more than just the name. And I was like, it's really intriguing to just play it as like a single player game and just play through the story. And it's like, it is an MMO. There are other people involved. It has some tropes and stuff, but I'm curious to just play through it for the story, like a single player, as if it were just another Final Fantasy game. Now, of course, it's not. You know, throughout this process, we're not going to be able to ignore the fact that it's an MMO. But since the game came out, things have been streamlined, things have been, worked on. And so I think this Let's Play that I'm going to do is going to be about as painless as it ever has been to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, based on the changes they made throughout the years. So, let me just clarify a few things here. I have played through years and years ago, like when the game came out, pretty much. Probably like 2010 or whatever, or whenever Realm Reborn came out. I did play it in 2010, the original release. I played it for like a day, but when Realm Reborn came out, I played through it to max level. But I don't remember almost anything, and I'm sure I skipped a lot of stuff. I just played through it, and then I stopped. I haven't really played it since then, so things are probably going to be pretty weird and different and odd. But it's also going to be a fairly fresh experience. For this Let's Play, I'm going to be doing only the main story quests for the original, I don't know, whatever they call it, the original story, A Realm Reborn. There are 3 expansions now that all add more, like, story content. And if I'm interested and other people are interested in seeing me doing it at that point, then I could keep going, but we'll see. I know that not many people are going to watch this at all. I'm really just doing it for my own, my own interests, as usual. So we're just doing the main story quest. From what I understand, you can pretty much just do those and get through, and it'll level you up and you'll be fine. You don't really have to do much else at all. So that's really nice. Even then, I might edit some stuff if it's really boring or there's a lot of running around. I might edit some stuff just so the videos aren't god-awful, because I'm sure I'm going to run out of stuff to say. But, like I said, not many people are going to watch this. But I wanted to do it. I want to experience the story of Final Fantasy XIV, and I figure might as well record it and upload it. So let's do it. Data center. I don't know if it really matters. Hopefully it doesn't matter. I have had characters. I have played it since
Hydaelyn. A vibrant planet blessed by the light of the crystal. Amid azure seas, encompassing the westernmost of the 3 great continents, there lies a realm embraced by gods and forged by heroes. Her name, Eorzea. The annals of Eorzean history chart the rise of a succession of great civilizations, each one enjoying an age of peace, the Astral Eras. To date, all have proven ephemeral. In the year 1572 of the 6th and most recent Astral Era, the Northern Empire of Garlemald amassed a great army at the heart of Eorzea, seeking dominion over all. Rising in desperate resistance, the forces of the Eorzean Alliance met their would-be conquerors in the field. Yet, even as the battle raged, the lesser moon, Galamond, was plucked from the heavens through imperial machination. From its core emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who unleashed his fury upon the realm. The devastation brought Eorzea to its knees and the era to its end. 5 years have come and gone. The light of life still shines upon Eorzea. Man labors tirelessly to raise himself from the calamity's ruin. The realm is forever changed, a stranger to him once more. Yet heedless of what lies ahead, he shall press on. Spurred by the promise of peace and prosperity. Amid this period of great change, an adventurer arrives in Eorzea, one whose tale is yet unwritten. May he ever walk in the light of the crystal.
All right. Yeah, I did play a few years back with a friend, but we only played for like, a couple days or something. We did not play very much. So still, it's all pretty fresh. All right. I don't think it matters. I don't know. Do I want NA Legacy or NA? Let me Google. I'm sure we'll be Googling plenty of things throughout this. I should probably turn background music on so at least there's something. Legacy servers are for players who played before A Realm Reborn. Okay, so the other ones are just added afterwards. I wish they told you like the population of the server or something. I guess we'll just go with Behemoth. It sounds cool. we are going to be doing practically everything solo, but the main story does involve a few dungeons that you have to do with other players. So I don't know if there's cross run. I don't know. So, race and gender. From what I understand, this does not mean anything. I think the race modifies stats a little bit, maybe, but it really doesn't matter. Either way, we're going to go with Lalafell. Anytime I play an MMO, I always pick the smallest character possible. I don't know, it is what it is, man. Playing a female Lalafell, though, that's I think I don't know. That maybe is going a bit too far about who you are. So we'll stick with the man fell. That's fine with me. Then we have Plains folk or Dunes folk. Again, looks like some minor stat variations. We'll go with Dunes folk. Let's randomize some stuff. I kind of liked that other one. I guess I could modify. Okay, if I change the hair color to just like white, that's probably okay. That facial hair is out of this world. There, that's better. I'm fine with that. Okay. It is what it is. Sure. Alright, your birthday. I don't think it matters. I mean, how much could it possibly matter? So we'll just go with that. And then your deity. That I actually don't know. Let me look. You must align to one of the 12 deities. Does it, Matt? It does not make it. You're starting elemental defense. Okay. Let's go with the one that has the coolest name. How about that? Halone, Menfina, Thaliak, Nemea, Lumilayan, Oshon, Burgot, Ralgar, Azama, Naldal, Nofaka, Althic. Let's go with Ralgar. Breaker of Worlds. God of Destruction. Alright, it works. Alright, class. Here we go. Now this, I believe this matters. Not as much as other MMOs, because in Final Fantasy XIV, any character can become every job. Or every class. And you can switch through classes, and each has their own level. So you could level up to like 40 as a gladiator, and then switch to an archer. And then start as a level 1 archer. With the same, this little guy still. And you can go back and forth. That's really cool, really unique. And when I originally played the game, I was a Lancer, of course, because a Lancer later becomes, of course, the Dragoon. I know it may disappoint you, but I'm not going to repeat that. I've already done it, and I do remember playing as a Dragoon enough that I feel like it would still be a bit too familiar. So I know the whole Final Fantasy playthrough series was all about Dragoons, but I've already done it. So we're going to leave that behind. Also, for the stuff where you do have to do dungeons, apparently if you queue as DPS, it can take a really long time to find a group. Which that's every game, but so to be a bit more flexible people have suggested, and I'm going to follow that suggestion. We're going to be an Arcanist, or an Arcanist, or whatever. Probably Arcanist. The Arcanist is an interesting class because it can split into one of two jobs. The Summoner, which is a magic DPS, and the Scholar, which is a healer. So that gives us some flexibility because you can heal, you can switch over to DPS, you can do both. So we're gonna go with that. It's something I haven't done, and I like magic, so we're gonna go with Arcanist. And summoners are pretty cool, so that's all good. Yes. All right, we need a name. We're of course gonna go with Mangg. Mangg. Let's do it. All right, the world's full. That's pretty good. I mean, not like super full, just full enough. That's the right amount of people you want. Of course, some people have to log off so that we can play. That would be good. Thank you. 18 people just logged off like that.
Here. Here. Feel.
Okay. That was sort of a little Kingdom Hearts-esque. Oi! You alright, lad? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like seasickness now that I look at you. It'll be the ether then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see? And we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of etherites. Etherites? Ether. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Ugh. Might as well have been blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lominsa's still a far way off, in case you were wondering. seeing as you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Any road, Brennan's the name and peddling's me trade.
This is the...
Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Why did you become an adventurer? To gain power. Power? As in, power to do good. Like protecting the weak and fighting for what's right and all that. I thought that's what you meant. Well, adventurers do get up to a lot of fighting, that's for sure. You'll never be short of a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventuring business. Oh, polish my warcraft! Once we make port, you'd best sign yourself up at the Adventurers Guild. They'll set you on the right path. And it wouldn't hurt to join a guild, neither. Limsa's home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to swing an axe or even sling a spell, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Ah! Ships off the starboard bow, pirate colors. Pirates, bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying Lominsan colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all of her brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty temptress once the winds are in her sails. That was two beaten coasts. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd lost mine otherwise. Them pirates gave up the chase. We must be close to port. Let's head on up on deck and have us a look, shall we? By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Lominsa? Yes. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa Lominsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with, like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard that Sahagin are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. At long last, land ho! Behold, Limsalominsa, nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limlayan, goddess of navigation. Limlayan. Walk like I crap my pants. And I'm proud of it.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotano Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa-Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlayan. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
And here's where we part ways, son. Off to the markets to deliver me wares, and it's onto the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider a square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, I mean, as far as intros go, it's not exactly earth-shattering. Not like Final Fantasy VIII with its epic opera theme and craziness going on and duels to the death. Hey, you there. Hi, I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsalominsa's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lad. I haven't got all day. Oh, are we finally gonna get to play the game? Welcome to Limsalominsa, a bustling city-state filled with scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Rotano Sea. Please select the control scheme. Okay, yes, I've played video games before. No, don't do that. Okay, here we are. We are playing in ultra-wide. Supports it ready to go, which is nice. Normally, if I weren't recording, I'd be playing in super ultra wide, but this is fine. Although the UI scaling, we could fix that. Hold on. System. There we go. That's better. Okay. Initiating quests. Yeah, I know how to play video games. Okay, I could probably disable all the... Well, no, maybe it'll say something I don't know. Come into Limsa. Register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city. And without a bit of local knowledge, you're likely to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. That's a great name. It's not far. Just head straight down this street and speak with Griffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift. Then he'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Badarin. He's the proprietor of the Wench. He might curse like an ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. On a quest. Okay, the duty list. Yeah, that makes sense. Good. Welcome to Limsa. If you have a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. I will take the Crow's Lift. That is what I must do. That is my quest. Alright. Here's the Drowning Wench. He could probably do with a few more tables here. What the fuck? Is this a dance floor? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for the drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Badarin. This most hospitable of Austerlies is the Drowning Wench. He's also the owner of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk specially for handling guild business. And why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish off the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill a lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see a people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them after everything that's happened? The Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. Took our bleeding memories, too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way as makes any ounce of sense. None of the folks what saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. 'Tis all foggy, like recollections from an hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't frighteningly recall the past. There is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers who laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though we ain't forgotten what they did for us, this goddamn calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. Won't even let us picture their damn faces. 'Tis like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd gull. Is this what's got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light? Limsa's ever going to put this time of darkness behind it. It's going to need venturers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. And that's why any aid we can give you to adventurers, any aid we can give to adventurers, if effort well spent. What say you, lad? You willing to lend us your strength? Sure. Me thanks to ye, and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steered ye my way for a reason. Ah, but listen to me. Yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in me book. Put your scrawl right there. Mangg, is it? And a fine name it is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Venturers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed in on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friends signals, were you? Now hold on just a moment there, officer. You've got the wrong bloke. This fine, upstanding young gent is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times. Me, and two more often than not. Two more often than not. Now, sir, what say you to a tankard of me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Merlthor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just trying to be sat on. So kick off them heavy boots, eh? You'll have to excuse these eager, bloody yellow jackets. It's been a spate of kidnapping, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken a clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Laminsons can be a headstrong bunch of bastards, 'tis true, but given time, we'll grow on you. And where was I? Aye, welcome to Limsa Laminsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many blackbelly whiskies. Now take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get you started with learning your ways of the city. Alright, quest completed. Oh! This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken your first step as an adventurer in the city of Limsa Laminsa. Listen well to the wisdom of Badarin Tenfingers, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Oh! They were already level 2. Important quests used to tell the story of Eorzea and her people are called main scenario quests. Quests using this icon indicate a task. A series of tasks are tied to new duties or features you have yet to unlock. Okay. So that's mainly what we want to do, is this cool, like, meteor exclamation point, and then the Q with a plus. So. Alright. Badarin, proprietor of the Drowning Wench, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Right then. Let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that'll help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down a floor, then point your nose to the west, you'll get an eye full of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetherite, a device that can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetherite where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armor and all your adventuring bits and pieces for sale in the district what lies beyond the Aetheryte. Don't go throwing your gale around just yet, though. You'll get fleeced quicker and you can say, why's me coin purse so light? Have a word with Swozblade instead. He's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old octant and he'll treat you well. For the last of me elful hints, I suggest you meet some fellow spell slingers, the Arcanist Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to join their crew. Murray at the front desk is the one to get you started. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now I'd best be getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it. There I go, sending you off without telling you summoned Crucial. That bloody calamity's made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Any road, while you're out, if you happen to pass any poor saws what look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale of woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Ninia over yonder's been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend an ear and see what she has to say? You're like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a man folk can trust, jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you've the time, I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the wench. The lads as bear that title have some fine advice for them what are just starting out in the profession. That, my lad, is how you go about becoming a legend among adventurers. Alright. You must accept the quest, making a name by speaking with Ninia. Alright. There's a lot of setup here before we get into the meat of things. Okay, so I must accept making a name. Well, would you look at this? A shiny new adventure. Listen close, lad. I have some information that might just help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hall below not long ago and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Skainrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Aldskiff at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. Alright. Wish to visit Bulwark Hall. Yeah. Yes, I do. Alrighty. Kill your herbs. Oh, sanctuaries. Okay, rested experience. Yeah, I know all about that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, someday we will kill stuff. That will happen. Rest assured. Look at all these people. Crazy. Yes, I'm Aldskiff. You have some herbs you wish me to examine. And over. And over. Okay, you can drag them. Okay, yeah. Yes, as you suspected, these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Forgive me, I cannot resist the jest. These herbs are not more than Althic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa Lominsa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son, but not to worry. You've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Alright, I got some earth shards and a couple potions. Okay. Let's put it on our bar. Okay. But here's the aetheryte. Let's click that. I have attuned to the aetheryte. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ah, another novice adventurer. Ah, Badarin has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundamal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you've expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. You attune with the Aetherite. You and I will use the return spell. They're, they're like waypoints in Diablo. Okay, return sends you back to your home point. It can only be used every 15 minutes. Okay. Well, I guess make it my home point. Alright, it already is. Fine. Fine then. This place is bustling, man. Look at this. So many people play this game. A fine evening to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Badarin. Whatever could it be? Ah, my octant. By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. Sure, man. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? It is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, if it is. You need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each guild you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. Yeah, I'll get right on that. What I like about this, all these people here, is like, in World of Warcraft, they change, like, capital cities. Or they add new ones all the time based on expansion. And so, and some of the capital cities are just, like, dead. Like, no one ever goes to them, like Thunderbluff. And so, you know, starting up WoW as like a Tauren, and you make it to Thunderbluff, and it's like, okay, there's really nobody here. You know, you have to go to some other capital city to find all the people. Whereas here, it's like, this place is bustling because this is one of the major places, and it still is, you know. Back when I played, this was a major place. It's cool. I mean, maybe they have added other big cities, and there's just so many people playing, but I don't know. Either way, it's cool. All right, we gotta speak with the Arcanist. Miri. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. But if I'm not mistaken, you already possess some rudimentary understanding of the craft. Shall I deepen your knowledge of our history as well? The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave ether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merlwyb, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express order, an official Arcanist guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you would continue your study of this challenging discipline, then I must insist that you indicate your commitment to joining our guild. Well, yeah, I already did that when I clicked Arcanist at character creation. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? No, I'm all in. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guild master, that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubbergheim. Thubbergheim. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there, by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Alright. Yes, I am Thubbergheim. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Miri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me then to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment, and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? So, in Tactics game, this job was called Calculator. But perhaps they thought that was really lame for an MMO, so they changed it to Arcanist. Sure. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Lower Lanosia, you will find, among others, 3 species of pest: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and orliae. I ask that you employ your skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Alright, sounds good. We're gonna go kill little ladybugs. Yeah, we can sprint. I remember that. Let's go back to Badarin, hand that quest in, and then I think we'll end the video. No combat in this one, I know, but I think in pretty much every future video there should be combat. Oh, I could have just cast Return. That would have been faster. Like all the sounds of voices, and it's like, yeah, this place is really busy. It's cool. Drowning Wench. Let's go. Ah, there you are, Mangg. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did we? Did ye? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa, that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. And now you've got some idea of what's where, you can start exploring the rest of the town. You're showing a good ear for listening, lad. Stick with old Badarin and you'll go far. Thanks for the XP. Almost level 3. Here's another main story, but we need to be level 4. Okay, so probably after doing that other quest, we'll be pretty good. All right, I'm gonna leave it off here. I know it wasn't the most exciting video, no combat, no major like story events of any kind, but we have to start somewhere. But I'm looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be a cool series. Because like I said, a lot of people really praised the story of this game, which continually shocked me because it's an MMO. And you know, usually I just don't think about that, but we're thinking about it now. My name is Mangg. The game you're watching has been Final Fantasy XIV. See you fine folks in the next part.